Greetings, unsettled souls, and welcome to the correct views. A little bit different correct views than you're used to. I'm not doing news today. This is a bonus show. Pardon me. It's a bonus show. We have over 500 subscribers now, and I still got some makeup on. I've been in two different makeups today for Halloween. What I'm going to do is review the haunted houses that I went to this year. Just a bonus show. We do entertainment sometimes on the Media Speaks. Now, looking at me isn't important. While I tell you about the haunted houses I went to, there's four of them, and they were astounding. You're going to want to pay attention as well to this pumpkin. It was carved by Crastel, and it took her, I want to say, like 5.5, 6.5 hours. I watched her carve this. So, no reason to look at me right now. Go ahead and just enjoy what she did with this pumpkin. It's just astounding. You'll love this. And while you enjoy it, again, it's a carousel. And as it goes around, you'll see the stunning detail that she has within this pumpkin. It's just wicked. And I'm going to go ahead into this real quick and let you hear about these haunted houses that I went to. For those of you that don't know, I'm in Canton, Ohio. And you want to hear about something amazing? The Factory of Terror in Canton, Ohio is, I believe it's the biggest indoor haunted house in the world. I think that's still true. It's simply massive, friends. There's no other way to put it. It is simply huge. And when you're in it, it's even got a little village inside. The haunted house is so big, there's a village inside. There's concession stands. They have the scare chair. It's a number of different haunted houses all under one building, and there's no way you could be let down at it. I do remember when it first opened, it was at a different location on the southeast end of Canton, and my band, Passing Time, was going to play there. And they were real uppity about, they had gone to see us at an adult venue. And due to, come on, people, get the fuck up, make some noise, things like that. I'm going to put the light on so you can see this pumpkin in the light as well. Just the detail she has. I mean, look at these little tiny holes for this horse eye that's coming. This pumpkin up top has these little holes. This was just an absolute piece of art that you guys had to see. But to continue with the haunted house review here, there's no way to be let down by it. It's just that when we were going to play there, we were playing like a biker bar. It was the place called the Carriage House, and it was a very heavy metal, very intense crowd. So they had come to see us because they liked the CD, and they were going to have bands play outside. But because we were playing an adult venue and had said the F word once or twice, well, that automatically made it so that we couldn't play there. And I always thought that was a bit ridiculous, but I've watched them grow over the years, and I've gone to their haunted house. And they don't do bands anymore, and they should. And there's another one on this list that should as well. We'll get to it in a minute. But the Factory of Terror is excellent. I don't want to give away the scares or anything, but even waiting in line, there are beautiful designs. You don't want to run through the haunted house. You really want to take your time and look at it and enjoy it, because much like the haunted, I think it's the Earl Manor at Cedar Point, someone took a long time to put these sets together. And a lot of these sets are Hollywood quality sets. So believe me when I tell you, if you have a chance, if you're anywhere near Canton, Ohio, do check out the Factory of Terror. And like I said, you will not be let down. The prices are reasonable. I mean, they had like hot dogs for $1. They weren't reaming you to get in. The price was $20, I believe, to go to the Factory of Terror. And you're in it for a very long time. And they're allowed to mildly touch you at the Factory of Terror. That's common in Canada. I have seen it there before, especially Niagara Falls. But it's somewhat new to the Sue Happy States of America that we live in. So, I mean, all things considered, I think it's quite interesting. It's interesting to how far it's grown. The Canton, Ohio, a lot of people say is a city on the way down, but the Factory of Terror is absolutely astounding. And that brings us to the other one that Crastel and I went to today, and this year, I should say, and that was the Carnival Horrors. Really good. I've gone there 2 years in a row, and I really, really like it. My only problem with it is they have an outdoor maze, and if you don't know what Blossom Music Center is, Blossom Music Center is a massive, huge outdoor music venue in Akron, Ohio. It's actually kind of the Falls-ish area where the Akron Agora was before they ruined it. And they have a lot of wooded area there, a lot. So they have an outdoor walking attraction that uses almost none of that area, and there's almost no monsters in it. I'm sorry, Blossom Music Center, Carnival of Horrors. You know what? God knows I got my money's worth. I had a great time, but your outdoor Wicked Woods sucks. However, the Funhouse, the Freak Show, and the Insane Asylum are amazing. And I'll tell you something about the Insane Asylum that I've never seen another haunted house do. They have a maze, and I don't want to give it away, but the maze changes while you're in it. So just because, how many times have you been to a haunted house? I hate haunted houses where it's really dark and you can look up and you can just see where to go. If you look forward, it's dark. But if you look up, you can see the light from the ceiling and you can make your way through. Well, these are fences, and it doesn't matter where you've been. The maze changes, and I'm not going to say how because that'll give it away. And I don't want to get no spoilers in this. I hate that. But the maze changes while you're in it in the Insane Asylum, and I thought that was absolutely just wicked fun. I loved that aspect of what they did, and it more than made up for the Wicked Wood sucking. The Fun House is amazing. It's even more amazing if you're afraid of clowns, which I have never understood at all. But they're very, very well done. And again, the Freak Show was very good. It was in 3D, and the 3D haunted houses where you wear the glasses and the colors are in. Cedar Point had one as well. They are always one of my favorites. In case you don't know, if you've never been to one, you put on 3D glasses, and the room is painted in colors where everything, it's painted on the wall, but it looks like it's multi-dimensional. And you can't tell what's real and what isn't, what's a clown, what's a mannequin, what's a person. And it was really, really well done. Carnival of Horrors, well worth the money. Make sure when you go too, you remember they do have the front of the line passes for these things. I didn't waste the money for it here, but I could understand why you would. If you were going to buy a front of the line pass, you'd probably be better off doing it at the Carnival of Horrors than at Factory of Terror, because waiting in line is kind of a decorative affair there. When I went, I had to. But for the Carnival of Horrors, if you don't buy the fast pass, there's monsters and things in line, and that's really cool. It was good to see. Check that out. The other place, and this is where you'll see my logo down there. I'm going to kill the light so you can enjoy this pumpkin in the dark again. Again, it doesn't matter if you can see me or not. I'm doing a Halloween review here. If you think about it real close, how many times have you gone to haunted events or what have you, and there's all this room in line, and there's people in line, and yada, 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 but for some reason, and we don't know why, they don't have bands or musicians or anything like that in line. Can anyone tell me why that is? That's never made an ounce of sense to me. Absolutely never. Why don't you have bands there playing for the people in line? Well, the Haunted Schoolhouse and Laboratory is the place that really needs to do that, because they've got two wide open areas where people wait in line, and it would add a lot to the whole line waiting experience. The way it's set up would be perfect for that, and that's the only thing I would change about this place. The place is legendary, absolutely legendary. It's only $20, and you get both haunted houses, Schoolhouse and Laboratory, and they are amazing. For a while, I had gone when I was a little boy. I used to beg my dad and mom to take me, especially my dad. Please, Dad, can we go to the haunted house? And he used to always say, "You're going to go and you're going to be terrified. You're going to wish you hadn't went." Well, I loved it, even though it scared me to death. I loved it. So when I got older, they began to repeat themselves, and I didn't go for a couple of years. And I've gone off and on every other year or so. It opened in '74. It's one of the longest running haunted houses in the nation, as a matter of fact. It's in Akron, Ohio. It has changed dramatically. They've added a lot. They've added little cities inside the buildings that it's in. And they've done something I've never seen before. They have, and that's two on this list here, they have a room where when you walk in it, let me put the light on for just a moment. When you walk into the room, the entire room shifts dramatically. And every time you walk, the room keeps moving in different directions. And there's monsters and things all around you, but you can't see all of them. So sometimes you fall backwards and there's nothing there, but when you turn around, there's a person there. Excellent idea. Very, very well done. I was very pleased with it. And what else can be said? They have, I think, one of the largest working I want to say Tesla coils. I'm not sure that's what it is, but it's a massive electrode, and it shoots huge light, and they're real. It's not fake. Lightning bolts through the room that you're in and out of this thing in the haunted laboratory, and it's just a blast. And it's maybe the best I've ever seen them do, at least within the last 10 years. Was this year. They're always good, but this year they absolutely outdid themselves. I was very happy with the Haunted Schoolhouse and Laboratory. Again, I just wish that they would add bands. And Blossom would be another place to do that. The last one, the Carnival of Horrors as well. There was an area where my brother and I were like, why don't they have musicians here or something? Why are we just standing in line in silence? It didn't make any sense. And the last one I'm going to get to, as I kill the light and you get your last look at this beautiful carousel pumpkin that Crastel carved. Just amazing pumpkin. Let me go ahead and introduce you to a place called the Barber Haunt. Now, when we got there, a great big sign said the Fun House. So it has two names, which is extremely confusing. But the Barber Haunt is located in a 100-year-old OC Barber pig barn. And if that's not creepy enough, they have larger, scarier displays this year, and you can bring your kids to take a challenge. And they dare you to come into the Room of Terror, featuring Clowns of Terror, Scary Mary, and the Twirl of Hurl. New this year is an experience called the Elevator to Hell. And that's the first thing you do is you get in this elevator, and I'm not going to say what it does, but they do it very well. And the haunts start immediately. It's not as big as any of the other haunted houses on this list, but it's also only $15. And if you like, you can go through it twice. Crastel and our friends went with us did not. I did. I did the second time by myself. I love this kind of thing. It's not as intense, but it's not necessarily kid friendly. I don't like kid friendly haunted houses. Give me a damn haunted house. I was very happy that this was both. And there is something in this that I really like. They have a solid black maze. You can't see above it. You can't see over it. It is totally dark. You have absolutely no idea where you are. And there's, things, when you walk by, you can feel things brushing by your face and your legs. But this maze, you have no idea where you are. And it's totally dark, and it's very, very long. And if you've never been in a maze in the dark, I hadn't before. It was cool. I really enjoyed the haunted house. Some of the money, I believe, does go to charity. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost sure of it. And they don't. I want to add that both the Barber Haunt as well as the Schoolhouse and Laboratory do something wonderful. They do not send you through in groups. And how many of you know what I mean there? You'll go in with a large group of people, and then all of those people get your scares because they're ahead of you. So they get all the scares, and you just see it happening to them. Well, the Haunted Schoolhouse and Laboratory do not do that. They send you through in the group that you came with, not with a group of people just to herd you through and hurry up and get you in and out of there. And I'm going to get rid of this lower third, too, to make sure that you can see this well. The other thing is they do that as well here. The Barber Haunt Funhouse will let you go in the group that you're in so that everybody in front of you isn't getting scared. And they have actors in here that actually talk to you and interact with you more than just blah, and, what in my brain or something. They have their usual people jumping out of the dark. They have animatronics, kind of like the haunted oh, what's that called in Sandusky with all the animatronics. They have them all over this one here at the, and I'm seeing more and more of the animatronics, the machines and the pop up and stuff. I like that. The if you're looking for something that's not extremely expensive, make sure you check out the Barber Haunt. 15 bucks. It's well worth it. The rooms are well done, and again, it's not as big as the other ones that have been on this list, but it's worth every penny you're going to put into it. And friends, that's it. That's your haunted house updates. Those are the ones that I went to this year. I do want to say I'm very upset with Kennywood because Kennywood is not open as they were, unfortunately, and I don't open on Sunday, and I was hoping to go, so they lost my patronage because I thought they would be open on the first. Most of these places are. I'm sure most people are going to be watching this in the future, probably next year, to see when they're looking up haunted houses. Enjoy, friends. That's my review of the haunted houses, and I did it for all of you because you guys were cool enough, and I mean this, to over 500 subscribers. So we'll be back with normal news and whatnot next week. Good night, friends. God bless. Thanks for subscribing, and happy Halloween.